I'm going to give you a short lecture on pedigree analysis so that you can solve these questions in exam within seconds. There are just 3 simple rules to follow and you can solve any of these questions. First rule is to rule out the recessive ones. How do you do that? Look for an unaffected couple, the parents, with at least one affected offspring. So like in this pedigree, you find the couple is unaffected but their son is affected. So as soon as you get the pedigree, give it a bird's eye view and find out where both the partners are unaffected. That is, the male and the female in the marriage are unsaided, and then find out if they have a affected offspring. So any number of the children can be affected, but at least one has to be affected and the parent has to be unaffected. Again, here you see both the parents are unaffected but the daughter is affected. In case you find that the parents are unaffected but the children are also not affected, that doesn't fulfill the criteria. That's not recessive one. So our criteria for recessive is parents unaffected, at least one child affected. Good. So now you have found that your pedigree is recessive. So second step, if it is recessive, then you look for the affected females. Do not go anywhere else, because you have found out recessive. Now you have to decide if it's X-linked or autosomal. So you just look for the affected females, nothing else. So in this analysis, obviously the parents are unaffected, the son is affected, it's recessive. So we have to look for the affected female, the generation 1. What do we see in that? So you look for the father and the sons of the affected female, means one generation up and one generation down. So because we are looking at the first generation, we don't have the father available, we'll look for the sons. If the sons are, all the sons have to be affected and the father is affected, then it's X-linked recessive. Because recessive, you know why? Because here you see the mother was affected, all the sons are affected. Good. Goes in favor of X-linked recessive. Again, this second generation female, this is she is affected, but we don't have her father, so we look for the sons. Sons are also affected. If you look at the third generation female there, you can trace it back to a father. You can see that the father was affected, right? In the second example, you see obviously it's recessive because the parent couple is unaffected but the offspring is affected, the male child, right? So what do you do next? You look for the affected female. She doesn't have a father here in the pedigree, so you look for the affected sons and all the sons are affected. Good for X-linked recessive. And you look for another affected female. Again, she has affected sons, and then the third affected female, but she's third generation, sons are not shown, not married. You trace it back to the father and the father is affected, so falls in place. There can be a unique situation where you have found that yes, this pedigree goes in favor of recessive because you have seen that the parent couple was unaffected but the one of the offsprings is positive or affected. But the second step where you have to find the affected female, you don't see any affected female, or only the males are affected. That is also X-linked recessive. So this is a kind of exception. Okay, in case the first rule gave you a dominant result, which means there was no such couple, unaffected couple, that was giving rise to a affected offspring, then it was dominant. And in dominant cases, to find out if it's X-linked or autosomal, look for the affected males, not the females. This is the difference here. So this, you see, there is no such recessive criteria of unaffected parents giving rise to affected offspring. So this is dominant, and in dominant you look for affected male, and then you trace it back, the mother of the affected male and the daughters, all the daughters affected and the mother affected, then it's X-linked dominant, which is the situation here. The mother is affected and all the daughters are affected. Again, this affected male, The mother is affected, you don't see the daughter here. Another example, obviously you rule out that this is not recessive. Affected, so you go for the affected male, and the daughters are affected, all the daughters. Another affected male, daughter is affected, and obviously the mother was affected. Another affected male, but you can only find the mother because it's not married, so mother was affected. Another affected male here, so that male also you can trace back that the mother was affected. Obviously is not married and doesn't have daughters. So this is again simple. Find the affected males and then find that if the mother and all the daughters are affected or not. Simple. A quick recap: you have to find out if it's recessive, if there is an unaffected couple giving rise to affected offspring, first thing. If it is so that if it is recessive and you find that, then look for affected females and then trace the father and all the sons of that female. If it is dominant, then find the affected male and then trace the mother and all the daughters of that male, opposite sex, So this is quiz. Answer to this will be in the comment section.